money in government, let me share with you some examples. One of the reasons why the acquisitions or investments abroad or existing mines mergers came into gain more popularity is starting a greenfield project is becoming more and more difficult with the loss of environment, loss of what you call acquiring the land, starting the work in an area, rehabilitation and resettlement. So this phenomena of acquisitions probably is not there earlier than 20 years or so. We in NMDC also felt that it was becoming more and more difficult to get a lease and operate the mines through the issues of environment. If I may say so, if you recall, probably not a new big iron ore mine has come up in the country, excepting probably deposit 1011 in Baradilla, which was commissioned somewhere around 2002, and 11B which will be commissioned. And this issue is being discussed because anywhere if you have a lease, if the government sanctions a lease to any particular entity, you see that the next day there are obtained number of what you call applications saying that we have been the first applicant, we have not been considered. So these are the issues that are bothering. Now, as far as I'm sharing some of the experiences that I went through. You see, in NMDC, when the issue of participating in the bid for Sesa came, we were also interested initially, but one of the areas that we felt handicapped was we were not able to do a proper evaluation or estimation of the property because we didn't have a ready-made or what we call readily available bankers to advise us. There was a time when we thought we should have a panel of bankers who should be able to advise us on any issue to deal with investments. It is not easy, particularly coming after the investment of Tatas and Chorus. If you have somebody seen, it was a participation in a bid, point to point, it was being bid. And that should be the type of a flexibility, authority that should be there. With this background, the idea of International Coal Ventures, the name came later, but the basic idea was that large number of big public sector undertakings who are interested in acquiring properties outside the country with a bigger capital base. Instead of a single company participating, if there is more number of organizations, you have a bigger equity. It was not simply investment, there are a lot of issues involved. The presentations were made, a lot of things are not known, let me share with you. Presentations were made to the PMO, presentations were made to the CVC, presentations were made to the Economic Affairs that certain amount of mandates need to be given so that people can go and participate and acquire. It is not easy as told by Mr. Sridhar and others. That when you want to participate in a bid, you should be prepared to have certain amount of flexibility, a certain amount of authority. It's a top-down that somebody should be able to go and participate. I'll tell you our experience in case of Angola. We had an offer of certain properties, diamond-bearing properties in Angola through the what you call Indian representative of the Angolan government, whom we knew. And the discussion started as to what is the government of Angola wanted investment from NMDC, and they said they will offer us certain properties. Preliminary assessment of the property said it was good, we could do that. But the question came, what is the guarantee for the investment or the money that we are financing or we are giving? Government of Angola said we will give you a sovereign guarantee. We got a clarification, we found that the sovereign guarantee is neither here nor there. After a lot of discussions, we agreed on what is known as that the investments which are going to the government or the company, they will be through what you call their sales or the proceeds will be through escrow account, so that the first payment to be made from that account will be to the investors, that is NMDC, that will be there. And then after all that, when we send the team to again study the property that was being offered in return for the investment which we had to develop, a peculiar situation arose that we could not reach that area. The condition of the country was like that, and some new properties were shown where we could not go by road, we had to travel by air into that area. Ultimately it was not the same. There were such acquisitions and such issues. It is not only in the African countries. Let us see that when you look at the foreign investment in India, such questions are also being raised. Particularly, nobody would like to have a change in the laws retrospectively. The laws that are particularly being dealt with in the recent past pertaining to the telecom sector is an example under consideration.